Arkansas, I think we're done. That cold front is pushing on through. Strong to severe storms pushing just south and east of Fort Smith, right in southern Sebastian County from Greenwood eastbound into southern Franklin County, Charleston. The main threat with this thunderstorm is that gusty wind threat. We have wind speeds, I'm estimating over 65 miles per hour at times coming right towards Charleston. We want to just look at this thunderstorm. That severe thunderstorm warning includes southeastern Sebastian County, does not include Fort Smith. Fort Smith, we're done for the night. Van Buren, we're done too. Poto, we're wrapping up. We had a couple little small hail reports from Poto, east of Monroe, and then into Hackett, and then portions of southern Sebastian County. But this storm continues to press eastbound. Let's zoom in a little bit. The yellow color shows you the tornado watch that's still in effect. These thunderstorms are trying to rotate at times. Now, this one doesn't have as much rotation. It just has a lot of gusty winds that are just rushing out of the thunderstorm right now into Charleston. Charleston's about here. We just had that wind come right through town. Right, you see there's Charleston. That red color showing you wind that's coming straight from the west, due west with these storms. We'll have to watch very closely. Every once in a while when you get a good push of these winds on the north side, you can get a little rotation. We're not seeing it as much at now, but we'll continue to watch that this evening. Severe thunderstorm warning still continues for southern Franklin County, south of the interstate. So Ozark, southbound towards Charleston. Once again, this is towards Branch. You're also included in this. And then east into Altus and Denning, you're included in this severe thunderstorm watch as well. But these gusty winds, right where you even see a little bit of orange, that's hard to do. You see this bright red, pink color, even a little orange. That shows you these wind speeds that are estimated to be over 60 miles per hour. And I'm getting a couple reports closer to 65 miles per hour. Looks like a couple scans, maybe close to 68. Those are some very strong gusty winds. It looks like winds could be up to 70 miles per hour when I'm analyzing this thunderstorm with you guys. In Greenwood, we're still getting some of that rain, and especially on the southeast side of Greenwood, but we're finally starting to clear out over time. Mansfield coming in with rain too, coming in hot. We're at hail tracker right at this moment. We do have a little bit of hail. We've had kind of a stretch of some small hail just south of Charleston. And then once you head into southern portions of Sebastian County, south of Greenwood, we've had some of these kind of between Greenwood and Huntington. And then just north of Midland and Mansfield, we've had a couple of these hail reports. You're right over Sugarloaf with some of these reports too, and then back towards the west for Kavanaugh Hill. But that hail is really not the big threat at the moment. We've had some small hail reported with this thunderstorm. Mainly it's the gusty winds coming right into southern Franklin County. We'll see if the National Weather Service continues this into Logan County. Paris and Subiaco, you guys have some rain coming in here within the next 20 minutes or so. We're still under a level 2 severe threat for the River Valley, but things are winding down. Western portions of Arkansas, over time, we're starting to dry out. Northwest Arkansas, we're dry. I think we're good for the night, but still strong to severe thunderstorms continue off towards the north and east. Coming up at your 5 News at 10, our producers and directors getting the newscast together. We're gathering a lot of information of damage from big tornadoes just towards our north and east, closer to Jonesboro, northeast Arkansas. We'll have those reports. We had a massive wedge tornado in southeastern Missouri, and then more tornadoes off towards the north. Tornado warnings, multiple ones for the St. Louis area, and then headed into Illinois too. But right now, we don't have any tornado warnings at the moment. We just have this severe thunderstorm warning pushing through the River Valley. Here in a moment, I believe we're going to go on 5 News. I'm talking with my crew. Just let me know when you guys want to go, and we'll hop on for a couple minutes to Channel 5. Until then, we're going to stream live with you guys. Right now, we're live on all our platforms, all the way from YouTube channel, our app, our website, and on Facebook, of course, too. But still a lot of severe weather kind of happening across the River Valley. We're going to stand by for just a second. Good evening. I'm 5 News Chief Meteorologist Matt Sanders. We just want to cut in for a minute or two to talk about a new severe thunderstorm warning that's across the River Valley for southern Franklin County and southern Sebastian County. This is a powerful storm system hitting the central United States. We've had multiple tornado reports on the ground so far east of us and northeast parts of Arkansas and into Missouri, but we're on the tail end of things. That cold front has drier, it also has calmer air, and it's about to push on through, and temperatures will drop quickly this evening. We hit some high temperature records today, but those will cool down big time overnight. If you look towards the whole natural state, a lot of active weather going on. The strongest thunderstorms are towards our east, but here in the River Valley, we've got some severe thunderstorms that are taking place just south and east of Fort Smith. A severe thunderstorm warning includes southeastern Sebastian County, mainly just south of Greenwood, kind of in between Greenwood and Huntington. Midland also getting some of that heavy rain. But the biggest threat with this thunderstorm is actually in southern Franklin County. Right in this red over Charleston, we had big time winds here just about 20 minutes ago. We're having gust reports up to about 60 65 to 70 miles per hour. You only need 58-mile-per-hour wind gusts in order to issue severe thunderstorm warning. That blinking color, that orange blinking color coming in from the National Weather Service and from Little Rock. New severe thunderstorm warning for Logan County and much of Johnson County. So this includes Clarksville. It also includes Spadra, headed south into Logan County, Subiaco. You're included, Scranton, Paris, and then south and west also into the Boonville area. We're also going to be included in this severe thunderstorm warning as well. And checking with the National Weather Service, looks like we're kind of starting to trim this thunderstorm a little bit towards our west. This is kind of a quick mover. These are moving about 45 miles per hour towards the east. But we've had some hail reports also with this thunderstorm extending from about Charleston right through about Midland, and then also some small hail into LaFleur County. You guys in LaFleur County, I think we're done now. We had some heavy rain right over Poteau and then headed eastbound in Monroe. We had a lot of heavy rain right over Sugarloaf. We still have some rain over Sugarloaf, but that's headed eastbound. You probably see some lightning strikes off in the distance. But once again, severe thunderstorm warnings continue across the River Valley. We're going to continue live streaming on all our platforms, including our YouTube channel, our website, our app, and on Facebook, so you can continue to watch with us as we track these thunderstorms. We just want to give you guys a quick update. Very gusty winds pushing through the River Valley, up to 70 miles per hour. It looks like the heart of those gusty winds headed right towards Paris, northern Logan County, and then some weaker winds, but still pretty decent, coming into southern portions of Logan County. That would include you guys in Boonville. Gusty winds coming towards you guys. So be on the lookout. Gusty winds this evening. We've had gusty winds pretty much a little bit of everywhere. It seems like the past several hours we had some strong thunderstorms towards the north. So keep that in mind. Things are slowly winding down from the west towards the east, but we got to get rid of this thunderstorm, and then we may be done for the night. Thank you for keeping here. Keep it local. We'll keep you advised. All right. You guys are still streaming with us. We were on 5 News for a second. We got to click a couple buttons. We're going to cut in every once in a while to 5 News onto Channel 5 itself. During a severe thunderstorm warning, we'll continue to cut in every once in a while to give a couple updates, but some gusty winds with the storm as it presses east. Now here on our live platforms, on our digital platforms, we just continue on through the whole event until it's done with you guys. And so we'll let you know when it's safe to go to sleep. You can go to sleep in Fort Smith, Van Buren. Might be too early. It's a Friday night. It's 8:56. Maybe you're staying up a little bit later. But what I mean to say basically is that calmer, drier air is starting to come into the western River Valley and into eastern Oklahoma. Thunderstorms are wrapped up in Sequoia County. In fact, the yellow color shows you that tornado watch that is almost in effect for the entire natural state. Most of Arkansas has been under a tornado watch at some point this evening. We're starting to see that watch continue to be trimmed from west to east. Northwest Arkansas is no longer included in that tornado watch. If you guys in Northwest Arkansas are wondering, we had some power outages in Bentonville. Our reporter Micah, he's out there right now in Bentonville. We'll have a live update at 10. And we'll continue to give you any updates on our digital platforms if we find out anything before. But we had some very strong gusty winds, a lot of heavy rain and lightning throughout Benton County. And then, of course, we had that tornado warning in Washington County headed from Prairie Grove on the south side of Prairie Grove right towards Greenland, right on the foothills of the Boston Mountains on the Ozark Plateau. But now I think Northwest Arkansas is done, and it's the River Valley's turn. We're still watching this big thunderstorm continue to press east. Fort Smith, Van Buren, we're good for tonight. You may see some lightning strikes off in the eastern sky as you're looking towards Franklin County and Johnson County and Logan County, but you guys are done. You guys are done in Poteau. I think we're wrapping up even in Greenwood. This is extreme eastern Sebastian County now. So basically, as you're about to cross just into Huntington, Mansfield, we're just barely being clipped by some of these storms. And then these extend back towards the east right now. I'm looking off screen for a second, looking at some of these gusty winds. You guys in Branch getting those gusty winds right now. And then also as you head eastbound, Coxville, we're about to get a lot of those gusty winds too. Gusty winds coming into Ozark and Altus and Coal Hill at the moment. Rain also associated with some of those gusty winds. I think kind of the middle part of this storm right here where you've got that deep red. It's not really broken by any other colors. Right here, the heart of this storm. That's where we have the gustiest winds crossing in from Franklin County and into Logan County. Once again, that severe thunderstorm warning includes most of Logan County and most of Johnson County. That does include Clarksville, south into Subiaco, Scranton, and Paris, right over Mount Magazine. In fact, I think the winds are about to roar across Mount Magazine and on the byway, so make sure if you live near Paris or on the southeast side of Paris, be on the lookout for some of these gusty winds coming here within the next 10 minutes or so. Remember, of course, we all got those Christmas decorations. Things have been tested. See how well we've been able to put those up. But it's been very windy throughout the day. We had gusts over 30 miles per hour. Now we've got a thunderstorm that's producing up to 70 mile per hour winds right now. Getting a couple reports. I've got a 72 mile per hour estimation just next to Branch right now in southern portions of Rankin County, about to cross the county line towards Ratcliffe and Coxville. You guys are next with some of these storms as they're pushing on through. This is a little bit closer of a look. Boonville, a little bit of rain here on the north and west side of town. Most of the heaviest rain will stay from downtown Boonville and northbound. South of Boonville, we may get clipped as you head closer to the state or the county line with Scott County as you get close to Tate. But north from Boonville to Paris, that's where we're going to be noticing a lot of this heavy rain and a lot of gusty winds too. Once again, the gusty winds are right on the edge of this heart of this storm right here, headed right into Paris. So be on the lookout in Paris, those gusty winds coming through. This is taking a look at velocity, all that red color, and even that really bright red color too, almost basically pink and white. Those are westerly winds coming straight from Fort Smith right into the heart of the river valley, right in great wine country too in this area. West of Paris, that's where the gusty winds are really picking up for you guys. Just kind of estimating from Paris, these winds are just about 5 miles towards our west. So here in the next 5 minutes or so, winds are going to be really roaring across Paris. So be on the lookout for that. And then as you head northbound towards Coal Hill, we're getting some of the gusty winds too. Right now, what you see kind of a mess of these colors back towards the west. That's normal, in fact, just to kind of have general red and general green. That means things are a lot calmer. When you start to kind of see a lot of sporadic colors on the radar with the velocity, that's where we got this thunderstorm right now pushing eastbound into Logan County. We've got a couple hail reports. It looks like the storm's starting to pick up a little bit more hail. This stretches back into history too. We had a couple small little hail reports back even west towards Kavanaugh Hill and Poto, Sugarloaf into Monroe, and just mainly south of Cameron and south of Pecola. But then Sebastian County, right in the heart of Sebastian County, from right kind of near Huntington, south of Greenwood, we had a couple pockets of hail, but it still looks like we've got a pocket of hail here coming into Logan County too, kind of where these winds are. Coxville, the winds and rain, that all has a ride for you. Be on the lookout for some of this hail too. So these are pretty smaller hail sizes at the moment, getting closer to a pea-sized hail, maybe kind of grape-sized hail at times. But we're still watching this storm as it presses east. So be on the lookout, kind of extending this out towards Paris and Subiaco, Shoal Creek and Scranton. There could be a little bit of hail for you guys. Once again, it's been on the small side. We're not talking about massive hailstones, but there could be a little bit of ice mixed in with some of these raindrops. A lot of raindrops coming down too. A lot of heavy rain as we track this storm towards the east. Wide view, northwest Arkansas, we're good. That thunderstorm that gave us that tornado warning has shriveled up quite a bit and it's headed eastbound. It's now way on the other side of Beaver Lake. We don't have to worry about this storm as it heads eastbound towards Mountain Home. Just one more big thunderstorm right now in the river valley. We've got about 45 minutes until it kind of gets onto eastern Logan County, eastern Johnson County, and then we're done. Clarksville, we also are under that severe thunderstorm warning. I'm not sure if we're going to get as many of the gusty winds in Clarksville. We'll get some wind, but I think the heart of this thunderstorm is right coming to Paris and right on the north side of Paris too, as you're headed north towards Coal Hill. Subiaco, that wind will be coming into you guys shortly. Scranton, Morrison Bluff, Hartman, and then once you cross the river into Clarksville, we'll also get some of those winds, but very gusty winds just towards our south. Severe zone still in alert tonight, level 2 in effect for most of the river valley from east of Fort Smith. Now, if you live west, the storm's threat's pretty much done. Once again, the Storm Protection Center will update this map throughout the evening, but still under that level 2 severe threat, mainly for gusty winds. There could be some rotation, but the heart of the rotation for most of the biggest storms continues to lie off towards our east. If you have friends and neighbors in northeast Arkansas, you may want to check in on them tonight. Big time severe weather continues to hit the natural state from Little Rock east to Memphis, north to Jonesboro. They keep getting rounds and rounds of this weather. It's been tough. This tonight, I think our main threat is the high wind threat. There has been some small hail. We had one tornado warning, a little bit of rotation. There isn't much rotation with the thunderstorm right now as we're tracking the storm across the river valley. I'm kind of moving the radar maps a little bit. I know it's kind of jumpy. Let's take a moment. Let's talk about the whole storm system for a moment, and then we'll look closer to home in the river valley with that severe thunderstorm warning. Once again, thanks for joining us this evening. It's been a little crazy. We had that tornado warning in Washington County, severe thunderstorm warning in Bentonville. Power's been out. Maybe back on. I'm not sure. I don't have the latest update, but we had some power outages right at the square of Bentonville, where the Christmas lights are. We're getting more information with that. Maybe weather probably caused it. We had this thunderstorm in Bentonville between 6:55 to 7:25. So that 30-minute period was probably one of the worst times in downtown Bentonville with that storm particularly. We're getting more information. In Washington County, talking with some of the West Fork Fire Department, no reports of damage from West Fork into Greenland and westbound into Prairie Grove. That's good news. Checking with some of our emergency crews there in Washington County. But now we're done in Northwest Arkansas. It's the River Valley's turn to get the severe thunderstorm warnings. Once again, we'll zoom in really close on those winds. The winds we're reporting right now are just blowing right into Logan County from Paris into Subiaco, Coal Hill. If you guys are in Scranton and Morrison Bluff, please be on the lookout for some of these gusty winds. But this storm's been crazy. We've got a lot of strong, crazy winter weather off towards the north. Very heavy snow dumping from western Iowa into southern Minnesota. Wisconsin's been getting a lot of the snow too. Look at this heavy rain. Once the heavy rain crosses into colder temperatures, it just pelts people with snow at this hour. One of our biggest snowstorms we've had of this season so far. Of course, we'll have several. Cold air towards the north, and then we're in what's called that warm sector of the whole severe weather kind of outbreak going on between the warm front and the cold front. You got this warm air, warm humid air. We hit the 80s in Fort Smith today. That's hard to do. We did it. We hit the mid-70s in Northwest Arkansas. So now we've got to cool down. We've got to get back to normal. In fact, our normal this time of year is about 50, upper 40s. We'll hit that for highs for tomorrow. We'll get back to average, and then next week, we'll climb back up again. The weather keeps wanting to trend warmer so far this winter, but all the warnings you see across the central part of the United States, right in the heartland, and as you head towards the Ohio River Valley too, the red little boxes show you multiple tornado warnings. Right now, it looks almost calmer to what it was a couple hours ago, but still multiple tornado warnings across the central United States, from the Corn Belt southbound into the Tennessee River Valley. The little orange boxes, kind of yellow boxes, show you that severe thunderstorm warning threat that's out there for several of these thunderstorms. And then the kind of on the map, just kind of built into the landscape, that yellow color that's just everywhere, that shows you the tornado watches that are in effect. We've got tornado watches all the way from Indianapolis almost to Dallas, Texas, and right here in Arkansas too. So big time severe weather outbreak going on at this moment. We'll zoom in a little bit closer to home. Severe thunderstorm warning for the eastern River Valley from really getting out of Franklin County. We'll probably see this warning expire here in a minute. Logan County, Johnson County. We're next, and then we're done. That's good news tonight. We're almost done, but gusty winds have just pushed through Paris, headed right in towards Scranton, Coal Hill. You guys getting the gusty winds too. Map Magazine, man, it's going to be whipping big time there on the mountaintop as well. Also extending towards the south, Boonville, we're kind of getting skimmed on some of this rain. Noticing just north of Boonville getting some of that, the heaviest downpours and a couple lightning strikes north of town. You probably hear some of the thunder out there in Boonville, but most of the heavy stuff is just towards our north. We're kind of barely getting clipped. And then eastbound from Boonville, as you look towards Blue Mountain, we may also get clipped as well. But Paris right now, that rain is coming in big time. Very strong gusty winds. I'm getting reports right now in Paris as I'm looking off the radar. I'm getting wind speeds anywhere from 50 miles per hour up to 72 miles per hour. 72, that's quite high. To get a severe thunderstorm warning, you just need 58 miles per hour. So well above the threshold, over 10 miles per hour over it, in fact. But Paris, that heavy rain continues. Let's go ahead and I'll zoom in just a little bit closer to this thunderstorm specifically. Logan County, here we are. Severe thunderstorm warning, marching right along Paris, right towards Subiaco. You guys in Subiaco, the wind's just about to pick up for you guys. Scranton and Morrison Bluff, you guys are next. And then once you cross the Arkansas River and head towards Clarksville, we've got also a couple more downpours. I think the heart of this thunderstorm right here, when this big blotch of red, that's where we've got the heavy rain. And then right on the edge, notice how you go from nothing to a lot of something. When you see that tight difference between colors, so you really gusty winds. And then notice towards the north, notice how wide you go from nothing to some green, some yellow, and to some red. That shows you a weaker part of the thunderstorm. We may actually get a weaker part coming to Clarksville. Still going to be gusty, still going to be windy and rainy, but I think the strongest part of this thunderstorm will stay right along the Arkansas River and south. We've got another kind of separate thunderstorm. It's trying to detach itself from the parent one. This is the parent one. They've got another cell towards the north, kind of skimming towards Batson. This is going to stay mainly in the foothills of the Boston Mountains, north of Clarksville. We're getting some of that heavy rain too. Let us know if you guys get any pictures, hail pictures, or any cool lightning photos. You can go into our 5 News app and submit those photos to us, and then you can go ahead and let us know what the location is, and let us know. We'll be able to share those with folks. We love to share those reports, and we'll also share those reports with the National Weather Service tonight. Severe thunderstorm warning continues, though. Will expire in believe 37 minutes until, I'm looking just off the screen, kind of reading a couple things from the National Weather Service as well. The tornado watch itself goes into 11. I don't think it's probably going to be canceled before that for us. We've just got one more storm pushing on through, and I don't think we'll have any more storms coming in overnight tonight. We should be dry as that cooler, drier air comes in. Now, the drier air is kind of pushing in already. The cooler air is kind of lagging behind, but trust me, it's going to drop big time tonight. Tomorrow morning, we'll be waking up in the 30s for a lot of us. It's going to be pretty chilly across the River Valley and in northwest Arkansas once we clear out from some of these thunderstorms. Noticing a little bit more hail, or possibly on the south side of Paris. You see a couple more lightning strikes on the south side. The gusty winds, kind of everywhere with this thunderstorm, but from Paris northbound to the Arkansas River, that's where we have some of the strongest winds. Coal Hill, we've had those really gusty winds. Now those winds are starting to push into Morrison Bluff and Scranton. You guys are next, and Subiaco is starting to get some of those gusty winds too. We're starting to clear up things in Charleston. Man, we got that big gust of wind earlier. You guys are actually what issued the severe thunderstorm warning. We got reports in from Charleston, getting over that criteria, near 60-mile-per-hour winds or greater. Issued the severe thunderstorm warning, so you guys in Charleston got hit first, but now we're starting to wrap things up. Greenwood, I think we're good for tonight. You guys are safe, whatever you guys want to do tonight. Most of Sebastian County, we are good tonight, all good. Even though that severe thunderstorm warning still technically is in effect for southern Sebastian County, we're all fine. Now, Franklin County, we're still kind of being clipped by some of this, but most of the heavy rain is headed on out of here. Looking at that hail tracker, you see coming in towards the south side of Paris, it looks like that hail threat is starting to curve a little bit towards the right if you're from the storm's perspective, but kind of back towards the south and east from the map's perspective. We could get a little pockets of small hail near Paris and maybe on the south side of Paris. So kind of if you take Paris kind of dividing things. You had south of town, you got a little bit of hail possible closer to Mount Magazine. North side of town, we have those gusty winds, so keep that in mind as the storm continues to press east. But good downpours coming right over Paris and headed into northern and eastern Logan County. Once again, if you have any reports, if you see anything, let us know. You can tag us, comment, and also share what you've seen so far today. Let us know. Your reports really help us out. The radar can say one thing. What actually happens at your house can sometimes be a little bit different depending on where you are and what you're seeing. So those reports really do help us out. We appreciate those tremendously, and we pass those on to the National Weather Service. So you guys are a huge help. Still severe thunderstorm warning going on this evening, and then we cool down big time the rest of the night. Still that level 2 severe threat for the River Valley, but things are winding down. We've just got one more storm tonight, Logan County and Johnson County, and then we're done. We're already done Northwest Arkansas. You guys are good. Whatever you want to do tonight. Night is still young. It's 9/11. You're on a Friday night. Also sounds like a good nap time, right? No matter what you want to do this evening, weather's fine in Northwest Arkansas. River Valley, in around Fort Smith, we're good. Van Buren, Fort Smith, Poto, we're also good as well. That level 4 severe threat, higher severe threats continue off towards the north and east and northeast Arkansas. Once again, our main threat is those high wind chances as this storm continues to press on through. Here's a closer look at home. Winds now starting to die off a little bit in Paris. Those gusty winds are more on the east side now. The storm continues to just clock along towards the east by about 40, 45 miles per hour, headed right into Scranton and Subiaco and Shoal Creek. You guys are next. Some rain kind of starting to surround us in Clarksville. You guys in Johnson County, we've kind of got two sections of the storm. We've got this big old gusty wind threat coming in right along the Arkansas River. So from I-40 southbound, we've got some of the heaviest rain in those gusty winds. And then north of Clarksville, here are the foothills of the Boston Mountain. You can see the terrain here on the map. Once we start to go up in elevation, right once you start to hit those hills and mountains, getting close to the Strawberry Bluffs, beautiful spot up there. Heavy rain coming in for you guys. Everywhere you see a little bit of lightning activity, there could be some small pockets of hail too, so keep that in mind. But we had a couple little small hail reports south side of Paris, and then the gusty wind threat continues to really be in this part of the storm, northern Logan County, kind of now north and east of Paris, just headed right along the Arkansas River. Hartman, Morrison Bluff, Spadra, New Spadra, we're getting some of those reports in as well. But back towards the west, we're good. Let's drop that for a second. Back towards the west, we're good. Tornado watch is still in effect, but this is our last storm. It's using up any last minute energy, and then we're done for tonight. Usually our storms come in, it seems like they come in at night and super late at night, but this is fairly early for us, so we're going to get rid of this thunderstorm. We'll have a good evening. Northwest winds are really going to pick up tomorrow, though. Really, really strong northwest winds. And breezy. It's going to feel like actually the temperature is going to be in the 40s, maybe some 50s at times, but it's going to feel like the 30s for much of the day. If you're headed to the Fort Smith Christmas Parade, We're going to be live out there. Much cooler than it was today. Today we hit 80 in Fort Smith. That's insane. We broke a record. The previous record was 76. In Fayetteville, we hit 75. The record is 75, so we tied it. So now it's tied with last year. 2020 is when we hit 75. That was the previous record. So now in the record books for December 10th, it'll say 2020 and 2021 on that 75-degree mark for that record. But Northwest Arkansas, we're done. That cold front's just on our doorstep. Some cooler air coming on in. National Weather Service reissuing that severe thunderstorm warning. Here in a moment, National Weather Service has just now indicated they're going to go ahead and take the severe thunderstorm warning that includes Franklin County and Sebastian County off the map. The storm's done for you guys. All of you guys in Sebastian County and Franklin County are good. Now this one thunderstorm continues to hit us in the River Valley, mainly from Paris, north and east to Clarksville. I'm zooming in a little bit. All right, so Paris, a couple lightning strikes over you guys. The heavy rain is now on the east side of town. Right over Subiaco, we've got the heavy rain for us, and then also headed into Shoal Creek, that rain just on our doorstep too. Clarksville, got some heavy rain reports as well. And then temperatures are going to drop later tonight. Headed back to the 30s and 40s. It's going to be a lot cooler. There you go. National Weather Service, now you can see the severe thunderstorm warning has now been expired back towards the west. Still warnings active for Johnson County and Logan County. Boonville, we're just barely getting clipped. You may see some of the lighting off in the distance. You may hear some of the thunder, but most of the rain continues to just stay north. Looks like we got maybe one more little cell here on back towards the west, extreme eastern Sebastian County. This is just kind of east of Mansfield, east of Huntington, south and east of Greenwood. Continues to head eastbound. Boonville, a couple downpours, and then a couple more downpours for us in Paris. A good old thunderstorm just clocking on through. Once again, let us know if you get any reports. If you get a little bit of hail, especially on the south side of Paris. Paris southbound from the downtown area, from the little Eiffel Tower, southbound. Let us know what you guys see this evening. Time right now, 9:16. We're still watching this storm as it presses east. I'm getting updated wind reports right now coming in close to about 75 miles per hour. Things are very windy here on the east side of Paris. Man, that wind's rushing for you guys. So be on the lookout. Shoal Creek, Knoxville, Clarksville. The rain's starting to come in for you guys in Clarksville, but in Knoxville, you probably have just a couple more minutes if you want to bring in a chair or anything like that. Maybe there's a inflatable Christmas decoration out. You may want to bring it in. It's hard to survive 75-mile-per-hour winds. We had a couple reports of Christmas decorations last Sunday. Yeah, last Sunday when we had those thunderstorms, just completely getting thrown off people's porches and people's front yards. So just keep that in mind. You may have a quick moment in Shoal Creek and Knoxville, London, Blue Mountain, but then those gusty winds are just back towards the west. We already had that gusty wind push right through Paris, still kind of breezy at times too. Breezy and Subiaco, breezy towards the north, and Spadra, New Spadra, Altus, and Denning. We've had some of those gusty winds. Things are slowly dying off for you guys in southeastern Franklin County. Ozark, we're now done. You guys are good. But those gusty winds, that's what we're really watching. So far, we haven't seen much rotation with this thunderstorm. That's good this evening. Just mainly good straight line winds. Just thunderstorms, they have this one has a lot of rainfall with it, kind of on the back side. And you know how after a thunderstorm hits, temperature drops? Pause for the analogy real quick. New scan coming in, very gusty winds, roaring through Logan County, even getting some of that light yellowish orange color, kind of brown, kind of described in several ways. That's where we have wind reports right now. I'm getting wind reports over 70 miles per hour. So please be on your guard this evening. Logan County, this is now kind of passing over Paris. We still got the gusty winds, stretching back towards Boonville. Please let us know what you guys are seeing. It really, really helps. We've got a team, monitors you guys' comment. I can't comment right at the moment, but we have a team helping out and looking through those and getting some of that information out. So I really appreciate your guys' reports. You guys are awesome. But still, winds continue to pour right through Logan County and for portions of Johnson County. I think they're a little bit stronger from the Arkansas River southbound towards Paris and Shoal Creek and Subiaco. Still that severe thunderstorm warning in effect for the River Valley as this storm continues to clock eastbound. Estimating winds over 70, once again coming into Subiaco. We've already had those gusty winds. You guys already know about it. You guys can hear it outside. But Shoal Creek, Scranton, Morrison Bluff, we're getting those winds too. We're going to be starting to wrap this storm up as it heads east towards Knoxville and Lamar here very shortly this evening. Boonville, we're kind of been on the edge of things. We're still under that warning, but things haven't been nearly as bad for us in Boonville as they have been north to our neighbors in Paris, closer to Mount Magazine. Even the town of Magazine itself, we can kind of skimmed a little bit. A couple hail reports, very small hail. When you see that gray color, just kind of very small little pellets, kind of pea-sized hail. A couple grape-sized hail times at 2. Wide view. Northwest Arkansas, we're done. If you've just been joining in with us this evening, we had some big-time thunderstorms in northwest Arkansas earlier. We had a tornado warning in central Washington County. Of course, that's done. Nothing going on towards the north. When you look back towards the west in the River Valley from Poteau into Bacola, Cameron, we're guys all over LaFleur County. We're good tonight. Sequoia County, we're also good tonight. Crawford County, Sebastian County, things have wrapped up. We're also good, and in Franklin County as well. We are good too. It's just towards our east. Scott County, we've got a little bit of cell coming close towards Waldron, but this one's just a quick downpour, just a quick splash and dash, and then we're done. We're right over Paris. Got those strong thunderstorms pushing on through, mainly with that gusty wind threat. We could have winds up to about 70 miles per hour, so please be on the lookout for that as that roars on through. But we haven't seen much rotation. It's really just a straight line wind just pushing on through the River Valley at this moment. And good heavy rain too. We need some rain. A lot of us are, well, we need about 2 to 3 inches of rain to try to get close to normal. Some of us even close to 4 inches or so. This won't do it, but any kind of rain helps. We're starting to watch those drought conditions slowly expand back across Arkansas and Oklahoma at this hour. Let's do a wide view. I'm going to click through a couple of things for us. Yeah, you guys can see this. We had Fayetteville hit 75 today and 80 in Fort Smith, breaking some records. You guys are overachieving too much. All right, big storm system. Towards our north, center of low pressure, north side of the low, you've got the colder air with that snow. A lot of folks getting over 12 inches of snow back off towards the north. Heavy rain. These are actually old thunderstorms that have now kind of lost their severe potential and are just big rainmakers coming in right into Chicago and into the southwestern Great Lakes. That warm front also continues to lift off towards the north. But between the warm front and the cold front, that's where you get the severe weather. Tornado watches, all that yellow color you see all the way from Indianapolis, the south suburbs of Chicago, towards about Valparaiso and Maryville, all the way south into Illinois and even Kentucky, all the way east to Nashville, and then back west, all the way to the River Valley. We still have that tornado watch that's in effect. Looks like the tornado watch has now expired for Fort Smith and south into Greenwood, Van Buren. No longer do we have the tornado watch. Now it's just for this one thunderstorm. Basically, as this is the final line of storms. See this right here on the radar? That's the final line. And once those storms push on out, that's the last round. And then the Storm Prediction Center will go ahead and cancel the tornado watches. So we're slowly working from west towards the east, but multiple tornado warnings continue across northeast Arkansas. Now coming up here on our 5 News at 10, time right now 9:21. Here in about just under 40 minutes, our producers, directors getting a lot of work done to give you a recap of what we've seen so far. We've been tracking the thunderstorms here. They're also watching the thunderstorms in eastern Arkansas, but we've had multiple tornadoes touch down, and we continue to have those tornado warnings. At the moment, I don't know which ones are on the ground or not. Tornado warning means that there's a tornado possible at this moment, and whether it's weather radar indicated or whether someone sees it and sends it in the National Weather Service and lets them know. But we'll continue to watch these tornado warnings. The weather has been a lot worse from Little Rock eastbound to Memphis and then north into Jonesboro, where we've been kind of on the edge of things. Here's a statewide view. Multiple severe thunderstorm warnings south of Little Rock. It continues to march forward, but we've got our own storm that continues right now. Clarksville, we're getting that heavy rain. Paris, we're actually starting to wrap things up for us. That's some good news this evening. As you head into eastern Logan County, Morrison Bluff, Scranton, we're getting the heaviest rain. The storm is now coming into Knoxville in southeastern portions of Johnson County. So we're going to stay on this storm until the edge of the thunderstorm crosses out of our area, because the main threat with this storm is that gusty wind threat, and that's on the leading edge of these thunderstorms. Once that pushes out, we just got some rain to wrap up in Logan County, but then we're good for this evening. We got a little downpour south of Waldron. That thing's kind of struggling over time. That's good news, but lots of heavy rain coming into northern Logan County. We'll go ahead and zoom in just a little bit closer to this storm. A little bit of lightning also coming into Shoal Creek. You guys hear the thunder out there east of Paris. Paris, we're wrapping up, but man, that wind was strong for us coming through town. Another little downpour coming into town again, and there maybe one more just south of Charleston that'll head towards Paris. We'll have to watch that too. But this storm's continued to march eastbound. Still getting wind speeds up to about 70 miles per hour. It's been very breezy with the storm as it heads eastbound, right along I-40. Knoxville, Lamar, you guys are getting the wind threat here very shortly, or just about now, here in the next minute or two. Winds coming in for you guys. Clarksville, we got a lot of heavy rain on the west side of town. Also got another pocket of some lightning reporting. This is looking at velocity, showing you those wind speeds really coming into Shoal Creek. Severe thunderstorm warning has now been trimmed. No longer Boonville. We're no longer in that severe thunderstorm warning. Southwestern Logan County, we're done for tonight. But still severe thunderstorm warning from Paris east to Shoal Creek. But that wind threat is really only in effect now for the eastern portions of Logan County. Obviously, the National Weather Service kind of issues a new warning to at least cover extreme eastern Logan County or southeastern Johnson County. No word yet, but still some very gusty winds with this storm as it presses on through. Very gusty winds, Logan County. A little bit of lightning too. Hail threat, we have a couple now indications, some small hail coming into Shoal Creek, kind of where we have some of those gusty winds too, so be advised about that. Kind of right headed towards the Arkansas River. Those hail reports stretch all the way back towards about south side of Kavanaugh Hill as you're headed just south of Poteau, south towards Heavener and Worcester, Lake Worcester. And then those kind of stretch over Sugarloaf and into Sebastian County. And also right into southern Franklin County, just south of Charleston. Charleston, we had some of the gustiest winds, but we're wrapping up this thunderstorm and then we are good for the night. We're almost there. We appreciate you guys streaming with us. Once again, when we're going through severe weather coverage, we can get us multiple ways. You can get us through our YouTube channel, our app, our website, and Facebook as well. So we'll continue to monitor this storm. We're just about done. Severe winds just about to push out of our area. Even though you still have the red, that just shows very heavy rain. The wind itself was what we're worried about here on the eastern edge. Doesn't look like the National Weather Service is reissuing that warning yet. We'll have to see. But that'll stretch east towards Russellville. But you guys in Russellville, you guys will be next with this storm. But we're wrapping up things for tonight. Been a little bit busy around here in the weather department, but it's been a lot worse towards our neighbors and friends out east, northeast Arkansas. They continue to have several tornado warnings. We're lucky tonight we don't have that kind of threat. We've been right on the edge of this warm, humid air, and we tapped it a little bit today, but then it's done. That warm air continues to press off towards the east. We've been talking about that main threat really being northeast Arkansas and into southeast Missouri. And they've had several reports throughout the day of tornadoes touching down. In fact, there was one report of twin tornadoes touching down coming in. That was reported in National Weather Service. You might have seen that floating on different things on Facebook. But severe storms continue across the river valley, pushing on out. All right, we'll do a quick summary county by county, and then we'll start to wrap things up. Benton County, Bentonville, Rogers, we're good for tonight. All good. Now, we'll continue to get reports in Bentonville because we have those power outages. I'm not sure at the moment, to be honest, if they're still out. We'll get some information. We'll have your 5 News at 10 coming up here in just about 30 minutes. We'll have all those details, getting those ready for you right now as we speak. Carroll County, we're good for tonight. Madison County, all good. You can do whatever you want. Evenings looking good from the weather department. It looks like they are reissuing that severe thunderstorm warning as it presses east, but the winds are just about to clear our area. Then headed south into Washington County, we had that rotation stretched from about Lincoln, south side of Prairie Grove, and right into Greenland. We're now good in Washington County. All good tonight. All clear in Carroll County, all clear Crawford County, all clear Sequoia County, all clear LaFleur County, all clear Sebastian County, all clear Franklin County. Pretty much all clear in Scott County. Yes, there's a downpour, but the severe threats, we're done. You might get a little rain. You're lucky you'll get a little rain. We need some rain. Got some drought conditions starting to return. We'll probably have those more drought conditions as we head into next week and get more reports. Logan County, we're just about done. Now from Paris towards the south and west, you guys have the all clear. Yes, there could be a little bit of rain left over, but we're all clear in terms of severe weather. Johnson County, west of Clarksville, we're good. So from about, as you head west towards about Coal Hill and Altus, Denning, now you're starting to get into Franklin County. We have the all clear. It's from about Lamar and Knoxville where those gusty winds are right on the edge. Those are the gusty winds. There is some rain still in Clarksville, but the gusty wind continues to head on out of here. We still got some rain on the backside, a couple rumbles of thunder. You guys in Clarksville, almost wrapping up. And to the south, as I'm looking as well with you guys from about Subiaco and Scranton, we're also starting to wrap things up. You guys about have the all clear too. Morrison Bluff, all clear. Just Knoxville and Lamar, still a lot of heavy rain and some gusty winds for us, headed north, or sorry, I said it east and south towards London and Russellville and Darnell. You guys in Charleston and Franklin County, we're all good tonight. So be on the lookout. One more round, just about there. We appreciate you guys watching with us. We're going to wrap things up. It's been a little active, but things have been much more active towards our east. We'll continue to get more recaps of tornadoes that have touched down. Things are dark, so it gets difficult. Of course, emergency crews look at things just across the country, but by tomorrow morning with sunrise, we'll be able to take a closer look at several things just across the whole United States. Lots of severe weather, all the way from St. Louis to Indianapolis, all the way here at home to Fayetteville and Fort Smith. We appreciate you guys staying with us this evening. We'll always be on when thunderstorms start to knock on your doorstep. We appreciate you guys. Keep it local, keep it here, and of course, we'll always keep you advised.